Hello, Leo. Here's your reading for the next few months. These are general. Take what works, and what doesn't work just doesn't work. But let's see what the cards have to say for you. So first up, you have the Six of Swords. Then you have the King of Swords. And then you have the Four of Wands. Your challenge for the few months will be Justice in Reverse. And what is recommended for you is the Page of Cups. Okay, so I feel like some of you might be going through something a little legal, or it could just be something, even if it's not legal, it could just be something where it has to do with either some kind of decision or certain, like, I don't want to say major aspects of your life, but something where it's not just a willy-nilly type of situation, something that it actually affects you. You know, I don't say larger, but it has more of an effect for you. Now, with the Six of Swords, this is all about kind of moving on to calmer shores. This is a card represents these people. They went through some turbulent situation, and now in their mind, they're just realizing they have to just let go of certain things, and they're moving forward. It's not easy to let go. And I always see this card as a process. It's not like, okay, today I wake up in the morning, I've decided, screw this situation, I'm moving on mentally, and where that's it. It's kind of always this, I always see it as a slower energy where it's like you're realizing that you need to start letting go of something. Something hasn't been working for you. Something is just not good for you. And you're kind of coming to that realization, although a lot of times I feel like you already know this is not good for you, but sometimes knowing it's not good for you and actually taking the steps to release it and move forward or move towards something else, it's not quite quick. So oftentimes I feel like this is a little bit potentially slower moving energy where it takes a little time to get to that place. Like, it could be quick for you, but sometimes it's a little bit of I always see it as a little bit slower moving, but each step is moving you in a better direction. So I definitely think there's something that's been going on in your life that has not really been healthy. It's just been maybe a little toxic. This could represent kind of a friendship or even anything in your life where it's not really good for you. It doesn't benefit you. It's maybe dramatic. It's not really that great. And the way it is, it's not going to change. I think this is you coming to that realization that, like, it's not going to get better. It's not even going to change. And I think sometimes this is kind of also letting go of those hopes and those dreams of the future or the concept of what you wanted, how it should have been, how you perceived it should be, and realizing that, maybe it's never going to be quite that way. And now I have to kind of start looking or doing something else. I have to start looking for the next thing or moving towards something. So I feel like you're kind of starting the process of releasing something or a situation in your life that has been disappointing, because this card, they're leaving because it's disappointing. They're leaving because they're not being fulfilled. So you might be starting that moving forward energy. And like I said, sometimes, to me at least, this energy is not always quick. Sometimes it could be quick depending on what it is. But I often get this when it's like I've invested a lot of time and energy into something and it's just never really reaped the rewards, or it never really was as fulfilling. And I realized, like, I need to let go, but it's not always easy letting go, because this is about leaving a comfort zone. So even if you were in a toxic relationship or a toxic friendship or whatever, sometimes almost that's your comfort zone, because that's what you're used to. You're used to dealing with the mess. But now you're going to have to be shifting out of that. You're going to have to be trying different things. And sometimes there's a little bit of, I don't want to say fear and anxiety of the unknown, but you don't know how it's going to work. You don't know what the future looks like. But this is kind of that giving up. And I kind of see this as almost like this guy might, to me, he represents maybe the spirit guides or something, or leading you in a better direction. Like, you're willing to kind of let go of control and be like, I know I can't do this anymore. I don't really know where I'm going, but I know I have to make a change. And I'm just willing to kind of take it step by step, day by day, and let go of the control and just be guided to where it's better. So I feel like this might be you almost like giving in to a spirit or angels, whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in, or even yourself, whatever, and just kind of allow yourself to be guided slowly to a better place. So that's kind of how I see that card. Now, the King of Swords, to me, he represents maybe somebody who has some kind of knowledge. Like he's very smart. Sees things for what they are. So this could be you just moving on and now starting to see a situation really clearly for what it is and being very logical, very unemotional about it in a sense. You're kind of handling it more logically, more rationally. But he could also represent you getting some advice from somebody that really has a lot of advice to offer. Now, this person isn't going to be, I don't want to say with an agenda, because he's not like that. He's just giving you the advice, like really what you need to know. So, because here's the thing, because with the Justice in reverse, this could be represent that maybe you have to watch out that somebody's not screwing you over. But I really, really feel, because the Four of Wands here and the Page of Cups, I really feel that this advice or this person isn't trying to screw you over. I think with the Justice in reverse, I'll get to that in a second, but I feel like you might feel like maybe you're going to get screwed again. But I think this is something or a situation that actually is very good, very logical. It's not emotional, but it's very kind of to the point and kind of the truth in a sense. So, and by the end of the few months, you're going to have some type of victory. The Four of Wands here is you having a victory. This could be a milestone, but I feel like with whatever this is, whatever you're leaving and whatever you're kind of going into, either seeking advice or you're the one trying to maybe learn, I really feel like he's somebody that has the advice that you're going to be seeking, you know? And through that, I guess you do learn, you know, because if you go to somebody, then you're learning something. But I think there's something out there that's already, I don't want to say set in stone, but there's some information or somebody that really can help you kind of move a little bit forward. Some of you might be leaving a spouse or leaving a relationship, and this could represent a divorce lawyer or something like that. I don't really know. You take it how it works for you. But I think there's something out there that's going to help you better make decisions and make them in more of like a logical, rational aspect and help you move forward. Because by the end of the few months with the Four of Wands here, this represents you're going to have some victory. You're going to have some kind of milestone. There's going to be something to celebrate. You've accomplished something, and this is extremely positive. So this is really, really good. I think you're moving on from a messy situation and you're kind of going into more of like a logical state. Even if it's not you getting advice from somebody else, it's something where you're really being more logical and practical about it. And then whatever this is, you're kind of going to have some kind of success. Now, with the Justice in reverse as your challenge, this could represent that you have to watch out or you're worried things are going to be unfair. Like, I think whatever you've been moving from, I think was very unfair. But I think now sometimes it's hard for us to trust somebody else. After we've been screwed, we're expecting this next person to screw us as well. So I think this as your challenge, you need to watch that you're not expecting everybody to be shady. You're not expecting to get screwed again. I think your challenge is to not expect that things are not going to go your way, because I think things are going to go your way. But sometimes when you almost put out in the universe that like you're going to get negative, then it's almost like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy in a sense, you know? So I think you need to stay positive, because I think things are turning around for you, but I think you need to stay in that energy of like feeling that you will get your justice. You will get the karma you deserve, because I feel like you might have got screwed from somebody else and you're trying to resolve the situation or you're trying to fix it or figure it out. And I feel like you really feel like you're going to get screwed again, or you're almost like expecting to get screwed again, you know, or you're expecting something bad to happen. But I think this is your challenge, is to not expect that. Like, you need to, in a way, flip this justice right side up and be like, okay, I'm going to get what I deserve, you know? So, and what's recommended for you with the Page of Cups, this guy, he's about following a dream. He's a student. He's still learning about things. He's still trying to figure things out, but he's a dreamer, you know? He has the big picture dream. He has the big idea of what he wants. And I think this is saying that you just need to be open, keep your heart open, and just stay in that, I don't want to say that youthful energy, because the pages, they're the youth. They're excited. They kind of see things for the first time, and it's really exciting for them. And they're very optimistic because they're young. They haven't really been screwed so much yet. Life hasn't really begun to screw them yet fully, but sometimes we need to tap back into that youthful spirit, you know, that optimistic spirit of like, you know what, things are going to be okay. Having that faith. Sometimes I think when we go through life, we experience a lot of things and we lose the faith in everything's going to be fine, you know? So, and then sometimes when we have this like negative cloud of like doubt and fear and anxiety, it actually almost everything now is drenched in that film, that scum of negativity. But I think with these pages, they're oftentimes they're still excited, they're still young, everything is kind of new and exciting to them. So I think this is saying that you need to kind of be in touch with the things that excite you, the things that bring you happiness, the things that kind of make you feel young, get your heart fluttering a little bit, because I feel like this is going to be the quickest way, in a sense, to heal and to get to your achievement here, So yeah, let's see what else we get for you guys. Let's see what else we get. Okay, first up you have Cow Spirit. The miracles are endless. And I think this is saying that you just really need to have faith. I think whatever you're doing, you're definitely moving from something that was not good for you. And honestly, sometimes taking that first step of like, you know what, I got to let this go, is the hardest step. Once you've taken that, you're well on your way. Sometimes that making that decision to move forward is like the hardest thing. So I think you need to stay hopeful and stay believing that the miracles are endless, because with this justice in reverse, I think that some of you feel like you're going to wind up getting screwed again, or something else is not going to go in your favor. I definitely think you have a victory coming in, but I think you have to just watch that you feel like this cloud of negativity and BS is lingering over you. So, and the Page of Cups, he's the youth, so he believes in the miracles. Like, this guy believes in the miracles. He has a fish in a cup that just appeared. Like, he believes. So I think you need to kind of keep that, I believe this is going to be okay. I'm going to get through this, and just have faith in yourself. And you also have Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. And I think this is you reclaiming your power. With the Six of Swords here, I feel like you're definitely this is the first step here of you reclaiming your power. So I think that's really important, and I think that's definitely what's going on, because you're definitely leaving something that's just, it's not good. It's just time, and sometimes it's really hard, but you're doing it. And you have Lemurian Quartz, practice patience. And I think that might be going with this justice in reverse here, because you might be feeling a little impatient, depending if you're waiting on news. This could be something that you're feeling like honestly, it could even be for some of you if you're buying a house. You put an offer in, maybe there was some funny business with the house, the real estate agent or the people, or there's some issue with the house and you're waiting to find out if they're going to fix the issue, or something with the contract was dragging and you're feeling a little stressed out or whatever. Maybe a deal had fallen through in the past and now you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, am I going to go through this again? But I think that this is saying things are going to take a little time, because I feel like this King of Swords here, I feel like whatever this is, I feel like it's in your favor. And I think it's definitely here to help you, whatever this represents, like this energy, I think it's helping you. But this person or this energy to me is a little bit, it's not quick. It's not like instant. To me, it's all about like the little details that maybe you're not seeing, but it's about behind the scenes. Like maybe, let's say for the house, there's a lot of components and pieces that have to get there to get you into the house. Like you have to go through the mortgage process. You have to go through all the inspections and everything. So there's a lot of the pieces that need to be put together to get you to the closing date. Maybe the sellers need to actually close on their own house. So it could be like they're selling their house, but they're buying a house at the same time. And maybe you're selling a house and buying a house at the same time. So a lot of the pieces have to match up to get everything kind of a little bit smooth sailing. And maybe you've been experiencing a little bit, setbacks and everything. But I think this is saying that this energy here is here to support you, although it may not be super, super fast. It might not be as glamorous, but it's what has to be done to get there, So That's definitely important. Now, the chaser and codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issues. Now, for some of you, you could be definitely leaving a certain kind of codependent situation behind, and that's hard. Sometimes we get codependent even on stupid things, but it's hard to kind of push through that. It's hard to take that first step to a new direction, but I definitely think you're going to be fine, because you also have the palm tree: stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility. So I think whatever you're moving towards is a little bit more sturdy. It's because sometimes with this codependent energy, it's not very flexible either. It's almost like it's always kind of bending to the codependent thing. It's always like your worth is tied into somebody else or something else's happiness or how it's going. But I think that's not really flexible, and it's not really taking you into account. So, but I think you're actually going to be going into something that's more stable, more secure, and has the possibility to grow or bloom, and something that's a little bit more flexible, because sometimes we need that little bit of flexibility as well. So I think that's really good. Now you have true love. This is a romance of a lifetime. And I think whatever you're moving towards, this could be love, but this also could be something that it's really much better for you, and you're going to be very thankful that you left this behind. Like whatever this is, you're going to be, by the end, you're going to be very pleased with it. Now we have, if you are not the hero of your own story, then you're missing the whole point. And I think this is saying, because this person here, they're leaving. They don't really know what the future holds, but they're being their own hero. They're kind of giving in and giving up. Not giving in and giving up. Not giving up in a bad way, but kind of giving something up to gain something better. So in a way that they're being their own hero because they know they have to change something and they have to save themselves. So I think whatever you're leaving, it's going to be much better for you. But to do that, you have to save yourself in a way. You have to be your own hero. And you have, today I will not compare. Today I will not compare myself to others. I will find true peace in my life. Let me read that again. I screwed it up on on the last sentence. Today I will not compare. Today I will not compare myself to others. I will find true peace in my own life. There we go. Now I think whatever turbulent situation you're leaving, you just need to kind of, you might be feeling a little bit like, I don't want to say that you should have been farther along in your life, or maybe your friends, if this is a relationship, I'm just using this as an example, maybe your friends' marriages are working very well, they seem happy, their Facebook posts seem happy or whatever, and maybe you're like, oh well, mine did not work out, or this isn't working out, or my business isn't working out, or this hobby I'm trying to do isn't working out, and it might make you feel a certain kind of way. But I think this is saying that you can't compare yourself or your journey with anybody else. You just need to try to be the best you can be for yourself. We're very individualistic. None of us are having the same experience, and you just need to, you know what's best for you. You need to always tap into yourself as well and follow your own dreams, because maybe the dreams of somebody else, maybe you were trying it that way and you realize, I hate it. I don't want to do this. This sucks, you know? Maybe it's good for that person, but it doesn't mean it's good for you. So I think this is saying that you just need to kind of accept yourself and don't worry about what other people are doing. I know sometimes that's harder because I think we live in a very competitive society in a sense, and sometimes we get our self-worth is wrapped up in other people, but I think we really need to start taking that back and just trying to focus on how can we make our lives happy for ourselves, because at the end of the day, if you're not happy, what the hell are you doing? And happiness is not easy. I'm in the process of trying to find my happiness, my daily happiness. It's a work in progress. But at the end of the day, like if I have to work on something for the rest of my life, I'm going to be working on my happiness. So I think that not worrying about what other people are doing here and just trying to focus on yourself will help you bring happiness to yourself. Now, for a little Bob Ross quote, we have, this would be a good place for my little squirrels to live. Now, I think you moving on and moving away from something, you're going to be a little happier. Like your little squirrels could even be your family. Maybe you're actually physically moving, or your little squirrels could be your peace of mind. It could be your mental thoughts. So I think whatever you're moving towards will make you happier, and it's a better place for you to be. And then you also have from Bob Ross, we have, I think each of us at some time in our life has wanted to paint a picture. And I think this is really going with this Page of Cups here because he's recommended for you. And this guy, he's a dreamer. So this is saying what the picture that you had originally in your head is not working out. And you have this realization now that, oh, it's just not going to work out. It's not working out. It's not. I'm moving on, right? That's fantastic. Now, the Page of Cups here and Bob Ross, they're teaming up here to tell you, or to ask you, I should say, what picture do you want to paint now? You're almost, when you move on, sometimes it's almost like a blank canvas. Obviously, it's not a complete blank canvas because you still have your responsibilities, you still have your life or whatever. But now, when you move on away from something, now you got something freed up. So in that little portion of that canvas, what do you want it to look like? What do you want to paint? And painting is through actions. What do you want to do? What is going to make you happy? What do you want to do next? What are you moving forward towards? What's your next goal, you know? Okay, and for Spirit of the Dish, you have the Thickest, which is the spirit of the smoothie. I think it's a smoothie. Or the milkshake, whatever it is. It's a good spirit, that's all I know. Okay. For your dinner and movie, you have, one of my personal faves. You have Italian food and horror movies. And then you have, for the energies you either need to be aware of or tap into, you have Scorpio, and this is about transformation and major changes. And you also have Virgo, which is about communication and thought processes. And Virgo is also like a very organized sign, and they're detail orientated. So there might be something, because I feel like with this King of Swords here, this guy's very detail orientated and he's very organized. Like his thoughts are organized. He's not letting any mess into his brain. Like he's very logical. He's very about like the here and now and actually what is, not what could be or what has been. He's like, okay, what is right this second? The rules of right now, you know? So the structure of now. So I think that could be playing a part into this. Some of you might be getting that mental structure in your head as well. So now you also have, here we have Uranus, and this is about independence and eccentricity. And you also have Saturn, which is about restrictions, responsibilities, and life lessons. You have the first house, which represents appearance, ego, interests, and the self. And then you also have the sixth house here, which represents health, detail, order, work, and structure. And you have number 4, which is an even number, and that means a special guest that will be answering your questions shortly will be Mr. Perdicto. He'll be out here soon, so think of those questions, Leo. You have U, L, A, X, G, C, and you have 9, 6, 0, 8, 2, 6. Sorry, the dog heard something. Now he's upset. And you have love. And I think this is saying that you bless you. Bless you. Okay, calm down, mister. It's okay. Calm down. It's just the Amazon. Okay, I know. Anyway. So I think this is saying that you need to make sure you're bringing love into your heart, love yourself, and, you know, sometimes you just need to do things that are loving, you know, get in that energy. And let's see what little charmy we have for you. Okay, you have the magic wand. This guy's been coming out a lot lately. He's so dramatic. Sorry, the dog. Oh my God, are you okay? You can't just fly off the bed, mister. You have to use the steps. Oh, it's this thing. Anyway, so the magic wand is here to say that, you know how you use the magic wand, you tell it what you want and then you wave it around. You need to wave yourself around. You need to wave yourself around by doing the actions or engaging in the things that you want to attract to yourself. Like if you want to be a painter, if you want to be like Bob Ross here, you need to to get some paint, you need to get a paintbrush, and you need to get like something, like a canvas or whatever, and have like an idea of what you want to paint. That's the first step here. And then you have to practice it. You have to do it. It doesn't just come naturally. So anybody that's really good at anything, they had to use the work. They had to put the work in. So this is saying that don't be afraid to put the work in, and it'll help attract it to you. Okay, so now let's bring him on over. Here he is. Okay, Leos, think of your questions, and now it's time to ask. Oh, Mr. Predicto, the most accurate prediction device that's ever run off of batteries. What is the answer to Leo's question?
The answer cannot be found at this moment.
Okay, so he said the answer cannot be found at this moment. Now, I'm thinking this means that whatever's going on, there's a few, I think things are not fully set in stone yet. So there might be certain actions on your part, or whoever this King of Swords may represent, there might be certain things. You know what? It also could be that maybe you're going to wind up having a few different avenues, because I feel like this King of Swords energy, I feel like this guy is going to find all the best avenues. There might be a few different kind of ways that this might transpire or play out, and you might have options. So whatever your question was, it might not be able to answer it, because maybe there's going to be wind up like a different option, or a different thing is going to come, and you might be going in a new direction, or realizing there's a different way to do something, or something like that. Okay, but at the end of the day, Mr. Predicto is a man of many words, and those were the words he chose to speak here. I hope you all have a wonderful few months, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.